What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about WWE Elite Series 122. I have half the wave here. We have Andrade and we have the Creed brothers. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. Alright, so these three guys are interesting in the accessories department. As far as the interchangeable hands go, obviously you see Andrade has the C-grips, Brutus Creed has the C-grips, Julius has the C-grip and a fist. And well, they all kind of have the same exact hands because Andrade comes with another set of fist, Brutus comes with a set of fist here, and Julius comes with another fist and another C-grip. But he does have like specific hand tape, which is, you know, specific to him, like I said. The Creed brothers both come with American-made tank tops, which is nice. I'm happy to get that. I wish they might have included another one that we could put on a Chad Gable. Hopefully we get another Chad Gable. I just don't know the likelihood of getting another Chad Gable Elite, honestly. So that is nice. It looks to be the same exact shirt because it does kind of sit weird, if I'm being honest. It sits weird on Julius. Julius, you would want it to sit a little lower. And over time, well, it has in the past, maybe not now, it does pop up. I don't know. It's weird. Velcro on the back, to be expected, since this is the Elite line. Brutus Velcro on the back as well. Andrade is the only one of these three that come with an interchangeable head, which is nice. This is a new head for Andrade. We have not seen that portrait before. We will see it in just a second. But it does come with his mask that we saw him wear in AEW and back in WWE and wherever he is right now, to be honest with you. This looks really cool. The black mask with the bun coming out the back. I do want to pop that on Andrade so you can see what that would look like on the figure. If I can get that to... I'm going to see if I can get that to sit on there a little better. There we go. Alright. There's Andrade with the mask. I think that looks sick, honestly. Big fan of that, I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to see the details in the camera, but that does look pretty cool. Go ahead and change those back. And I'm sure you've already noticed, Andrade also comes with the Speed title, which, I'm gonna be real with you, I don't know who is holding the Speed title right now. I have a hard time keeping up with it. I know Chad Gable held it at one point. I mean, honestly, I can't even tell you who else held it. It's a cool looking title, though. It's a little thing they got going on with Twitter, or X, where it's just short matches on there. Completely new sculpt for this. There's no reuse that could have been done. That is nice. I do wish the speed was a different, like the lettering was a different color. But it's that way on the women's title, I believe. So I don't know how much you could do with that. Hopefully we do get a women's speed title, because it's always nice to have all the current belts in the collection, but that is nice. I like that. Let's get on to the figures themselves. So for Andrade, I think this is the torso that was used on a previous Elite of him. I don't 100% know. I don't have my other Andrade figures on hand right now, but it looks a little small. Andrade kind of got big, feels a little small, especially when you put him up next to Brutus. Like, I feel like Andrade should be at least the same height as him. Maybe that's just me, though. But this is double jointed arms. His first Elite with double jointed arms. That's always a good thing. It does have the long pants that he wore. The top part of this is just like regular trunks. Oh, is that belt sculpted? No, the belt's not sculpted. But the legs here, the legs seem to feel identical to this AJ Styles figure. I'm gonna see if the legs are the same height, because if they are, then that can, yeah, legs are the same height. So this Andrade, the legs on this are the same as AJ here, which we've talked about this AJ several times on the channel before. That's interesting because it's not like he wears like jeans or anything. So, but the articulation is pretty good. There is paint rub, though, right out of the packaging. Evidently, the pants were molded in blue, so that's going to shine through. And then I always worry, especially here if you're going for kicks. It's gonna tear, not tear, it's gonna wear right there. You see that little line already starting above the thigh cut. But the double jointed legs, they're hit or miss on the new elites with the making them in Vietnam. It gets up about that far, which is alright, I guess. It gets out pretty well. Actually gets out very well. Hard to complain about that. Just subtle designs on there. Nothing too spectacular about the pants, but it does look good. It's nice and striking. It's another good luchador for the shelf, and I do like it. It's a big upgrade to his other figures. I wish we would have got his AEW figure attire in elite form. I think that would have been pretty cool, because I do like the look of that with the pinstripe, the white pants with the pinstripes on it. But I digress. That's enough about Andrade. We are with the Creed brothers. Now, this was not my first pick for the Creed brothers attire, but it's definitely my first pick for the main roster Creed brothers attire. I'm not gonna lie, I like this one a lot. I'm gonna take the shirts off for now. I have not taken them off since I got these guys, and it's just, you know, see the extra detail put into it up under the shirt. Actually, he looks pretty cool without the shirt. I might keep the shirt off of Julius and put it back on Brutus. Okay, interesting. I also took the shirts off so we could talk about these sculpting. Now, I'm sure we've seen Julius's sculpt before. Brutus's is new. Let's get into these head scans real quick. The likeness of Julius is actually pretty good here, I'm not gonna lie. I saw these guys when NXT did the rounds in South Carolina a few months ago, and they were a lot of fun to watch. Brutus actually engages with the crowd quite a lot on those house shows. There's Brutus's likeness. Looks very good. He's got the mullet thing going on. Looks very nice. But if I were gonna have my pick of the Creed brothers having elite attires, it would have been their like diamond mine gear from NXT, where they have the diamonds all over, like all over the singlet. That's the go-to one for me, but that's just one person's opinion. So they gave the normal arms to Julius, they gave the bigger arms to Brutus. Makes sense. This is a new torso. I don't know who else off the top of my head they could use this for, because it's kind of got like that skinny fat build. You know what I mean? Especially from the side. I don't know. If you know who else they could use this singlet top for, let me know, because I'm curious. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely curious. I don't know if they would have sculpted a brand new torso for somebody, like, especially like Brutus Creed, somebody that wouldn't get much reuse out of. Like if they sculpted a brand new torso for John Cena, they're gonna keep making John Cena elites. That is interesting. But the paint application here is actually really good, considering all the red, white, and blue going on. I just noticed. Well, okay, two things. Their knee pads are different designs on there, and then as soon as I'm bragging about the paint, the knee pad on my Julius is a little messed up, but I can live with that. The back looks good. I mean, these are solid figures, honestly. I've been wanting Creed Brothers elites for a few years now. Let's see how the articulation is on this new torso. Leaning, not too well. You can get back kind of far. I can't pinpoint the legs for this guy, but he cannot kick out. That is unfortunate. He can get back better than I anticipated. I don't know. As soon as they get away from the Vietnam factory with the thighs, we're gonna be back in business, because I do want to talk about. Oh, that's actually really good there. I do want to talk about the leader of their team, and that being Chad Gable, and that also plays into the bad thighs at the Vietnam factory, because I pulled this out of storage, have not articulated it since I bought it, and the leg is already tearing. I can't stretch it out past that. So that is Chad Gable with American Made. Just can't wait to get the Ivy Nile figure, and he's actually wearing an Alpha Academy shirt. So I might give the American Made shirt to Chad Gable, unless they make an elite to match that look. But that is going to be it for today's review. Let me know what you guys think about the Creed brothers and Andrade, adding them to the collection. Will you be adding them to your collection? As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and last but not least, take it easy.